Hello Internet, Colorful Arty's back for another episode of Lemmings. In the last episode, we got through a huge amount of the fun levels, and in this episode, we're going to continue them. And also, you're going to notice a bit of a difference in the music. I showed you guys all of the Amiga music. We've cycled through every single song now, and as you know, I'm not a huge fan of the Amiga music, and I also mentioned Super Lemony lets you customize your music. I have put on the DOS version of the soundtrack for these levels. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the DOS soundtrack for the whole game. I might actually do every soundtrack that I can. But I'm just a huge fan of the DOS soundtrack, and I hope you guys like it too. So we're on level 18. Let's block and blow. 70 Lemmings, got to save 71%, which is kind of a weird amount. And we've got a release rate of 80 and 5 minutes to do it. So this is kind of like a task for blockers and bombers on steroids because... So, yep, you'll notice the music is of slightly lower quality, but I think it's just fantastic. So we basically have another walking, bombing exercise, but we have blockers to give us precision. Needless to say, you do not want to use your blockers in places where there's fire right beneath you, because that fire is a trap. That means burn to death in there. Also, it's important to note, much like the shredder traps, these fiends kill lemmings at maximum efficiency. There's no escaping them. Also, you want to make sure for this part you don't put 3 blockers right above each other or even kind of close to them, because if you do, you're going to blow 3 holes clean through these sidewalks, and lemmings will splat at that height. That's a mistake I constantly made when I was a kid. Man, I love the DOS music. I know there's going to be people who are like, the DOS music is not as good as the Amiga music, and it's true. The quality is not quite as good, but I think it's just as catchy, if not more catchy. And yeah, let's block and blow. I'd say that's a bit easier than the last level. Oh, and the next level is kind of the mind-numbingly tedious level, unfortunately. But this is kind of where, after this next level, it's where fun really starts picking up in terms of coolness. So, we did that level. We're onward to level 19. Take good care of my lemmings. Probably the most boring level in the game, because look at how far they have to trek to the exit, and it's literally just build a bridge at the end. So we got 100 lemmings, got to save 70% of them. We're going to be fast-forwarding through most of this level. Also, I'm getting sick of my toolbar keeping popping up there. I'm gonna have to find a way to stop that. But yeah, you'll notice the map. I never mentioned this. You can see your lemmings moving on the map, and if you click somewhere on the map, it'll instantly take you there. It's a good function to have. I didn't mention it before now because I neglected to mention that, but it is an important part because you get to see where all your lemmings are. Also, this is another original tag. No, it's another original track made for lemmings. Thus far, I don't know what it's called, but I just call it Only Floaters Can Survive This, because that's the level it plays on. I also forgot to mention, when you're building a bridge, the 10th, 11th, and 12th tiles they put down, they'll make little clicking sounds. So that's kind of your way of knowing they're about to run out of tiles. You need to give them more if you want to give them more. So that level was very boring, unfortunately. Don't worry, I think that might be the last boring level of fun. The others, even if they're this tedious, they look cooler in terms of architecture and stuff. So, level 20. We are now at LemCon 1. What is going on over there? I think somebody went a little acid crazy because some of it's leaked onto the walls. And there's not supposed to be acid on this level anyways. Whatever. I need to get over it. There's 50 lemmings, gotta save 60% of them. Only a release rate of 10. I'm getting sick of that toolbar keeping popping up. Yeah, that looks weird. Someone dropped the ball there. And I love this music. So make the standard blocker trap, no big deal. Make sure you space the blocker a decent distance away. Sorry about that guy, but This also might be the first level where you're going to want to use hotkeys, just because for the most part you can bash through these fiends in a single bash, like so. However, this is where I'm going to show off the quirk about bashers, where they only check for whether they should stop bashing on every other one. So you'll notice I'm clearing through these instantly, but if you bash for a decent distance away, it actually took 3 bashes. Even though he could have gotten through in 2, it doesn't check on even-numbered bashes whether he should stop bashing. So even though he cleared it, he still carried on bashing. That's all I wanted to say, and I did a horrible job explaining that on level 5. But yeah, that's the general gist of it. You don't really have to use that. You can bash through it, pause, equip the builder, and then make him a builder. Even if you don't have the ability to grant them skills while the game is paused, you can still do that, and it's useful. Man, I love the DOS music. Alright, onward to level 21. You live in Lem. Okay, I've always wondered, I know this is a play on words, I thought it was you live and learn, but that doesn't really work. I think it's actually supposed to be live and Lem die, but they didn't put the die part at the end, I don't know. So we got 100 lemmings, and you gotta save 60% of them, and this is a crazy level, you can see. Just really good architecture on the designer's part. And this level, there actually is supposed to be water here. Also, the wishing well will prevent lemmings from walking through them. So we're going to make another blocker trap, but don't make the blocker there, otherwise when you blow him up, the lemmings will get stuck. Put him over there, and max out the release rate. And also, when I was a kid, I always made this level harder than it needed to be. I always bashed through that, and built over here, bashed through that. But you don't need to do that. Also, these little hair things, I don't even know what they are. For the most part, your lemmings can walk over them. There are a few exceptions where they can't. But for the most part, they can, yeah. I would always bash for this, and I would always end up building over there. But why? You can just bash for this part, because that's not splat height. Also, this is a she'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain. Coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Also, this is a steel trap. It's basically a bear trap. If a lemming walks on it, it will snap shut and decapitate the lemming. It's not a very efficient trap, but we still want to build over it. And fortunately, this one's in the perfect spot where we can get over it in exactly 1 bridge. And on that note, we can bomb the blocker. Click, click, click. I'll show off what the steel trap looks like. I'll make 1 lemming die. I'm going to try to show off what every trap looks like in the game. Maybe not every trap, because there are some there's like a few exclusive to Mayhem, where, like, if you want to show off the trap, you pretty much have to restart the level from the beginning, which is kind of annoying. So we're going to make him turn around, we're going to make him build to turn around again, he's going to bash through this, and... Yep. The traps in Lemmings are pretty gruesome, all in all. The one they save straight for the very last level is, like, insanely gory. Ooh, level 22, a beast of a level. So, this is one of the special levels in the game. Every difficulty has one level that looks totally different from the rest of them, and it's based on a previous game that the Lemmings designers had made. This one is based off their game Shadow of the Beast. You'll notice there are trees everywhere. It's a really cool looking level. I also did not replace this with the DOS music just because I could not find a high quality version of this, the DOS soundtrack for this level in particular. Plus, I actually really like the Amiga music for this level. So you've got 100 lemmings, got to save 80%. 5 minutes. Ow. I'm gonna just shut up for this level and let you listen to the music. Whoa, game lag. I have never seen Lemmings lag before. Uh-oh. Beautiful music, huh? So this part's actually where it gets interesting. We're gonna have to make our first ever spiral staircase. And with this many lemmings, we're gonna have to pause, select one who's going to the left. Basically, we're gonna build a staircase up to the tree and then zigzag backwards and build one up to the exit. Also, subtle touch that the game developers made, depending on the tile set of the level, the color of your builder's bridges actually changes. So for the special levels, it's green. For the dirt levels, it's orange. For the gold pillar levels, it's yellow. For the marble levels, it's like a lavender color. For the crystal levels, it's white. And then for the hell levels, it's blue. I think it was just a nice touch. Also, be careful about making staircases like this. So, like, on this level, it doesn't matter, but if you zig up too high, it'll eventually create a splat height fall. Which, actually, one of the levels is designed on knowing that and making use of it. And now we can go to the home tree. In retrospect, I probably should not have maxed out the release rate so early, because now it's going to take forever. Actually, no, it won't. Because once you build the bridge up to the tree, it traps them all, because lemmings can walk, like, that way through a bridge, but they can't walk through the bridge when they're climbing up, because they're climbing up the bridge. And yeah, that was a beast of a level, but a pretty tame beast at that. I still pretty like it. I pretty like it. I can't talk today. I like it. It's pretty good. Onward to level 23, which is kind of the first difficult level for fun. I've lost that lemming feeling. 80 lemons and we only have to save 25%. But there are traps everywhere. There's lava there, which is supposed to be there. There's fire over here. There are fire guns over here. There are also multiple exits to this level. You can see 2 over there, and there's actually a hidden exit on this level. But we don't have to take that one until we repeat this level in a later difficulty. Well, that's odd. I remember this level playing Twain, not Gallop from Orpheus in the Underworld. Oh well. So make the 2 blocker trap. Man, that's gonna throw me off. So you'll notice this level has a lot of bricks. The bricks kind of behave oddly. Like, your lemmings are kind of like walk. You can see how they're stepping down in the cracks of the bricks. It's just kind of odd. So at the very beginning, your lemming's gonna bash to the right. Wow, he didn't fall in that hole. He's gonna fall in the second one though. 1 pixel. So then he's gonna bash to this next brick. Always bash from as high as you can, because at the very worst case scenario, you can always mine or dig downwards to get lower, but you can't get higher. We're gonna keep bashing because you can see that's fire. That's from a fire gun. And like the shredder, it's a maximum efficiency trap, even though it doesn't look like it, since it puffs alternatingly, but it still will kill every lemming it touches. There's no escaping it. This also might be my favorite level soundtrack in the game. So here's where the level gets tricky, because we have to build a bridge up over here. But the fact is, the lemming's gonna... Oh, wow, he made it in 1 bridge. I'm impressed. So we're gonna build a bridge to turn him around, and because he made that bridge in 1 go, he can actually walk across that. Normally, there'll be a tiny little, like, few pixel wide gap that he'll fall through, and you're gonna have to wait till he gets to the end of the bridge and then build another one. He'll only set 1 tile, but that's all it needs to get across. That's where most people fail, and that they don't really take that into account, and he falls through the several pixel gap down, and he dies, and you'll have to restart. It's a hard life for a lemming. But on that note, we can let our lemmings go. Also, who graffitied that? I demand to know. It keeps saying exit here. That's not true. There was no exit there. Alright. Level 24 is one of my favorites. It's Kanbanwa Lemming-san, which is Japanese for good night, Mr. Lemming. There's 30 lemmings, gotta save 66%, so 2/3 of them. And a 99 release rate, so this level's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm used to this level having the music from the previous level. Whoops. Uh-oh. and make a blocker. So there are multiple ways to beat this level. Usually I just do the Mayhem solution because you play this level in early Mayhem, and it actually has a really cool solution to it. It's probably one of my favorite levels. But since we don't have that, luckily we've got 18 diggers, so everybody dig to the exit. Everyone dig to the exit. Just go crazy with the diggers there. Actually, because you only have to save 66%, you might actually be able to just let them walk for the masher. I don't know. So, level 25, Lemmings everywhere. And that is a spider web, that is. We've got 100 Lemmings and 50% to be saved. We only have to save 50 of them, but once again, the release rate's jacked up all the way to 99. And we've got 5 minutes to do so. Oh. Well, I'll beat this level really quickly because I just realized I am out of time for this room. So just make a blocker fairly close to the front. It doesn't have to be the first Lemming. So basically, this is kind of an interesting terrain piece. It's like the fence. Though they can actually walk through the ceiling of the fence, which is kind of a unique quirk of Lemmings. Alright. Oh no, that's splat height. That's splat height. I goofed up. Alright, well, you guys get to see me build a spiral staircase upwards. Okay, in the future, do not do that. Whoops, that guy splatted. What? I don't know why he hit his head there. Alright, yeah, that's sufficient. They won't splat now. Alright, get out our miner. And booyah. What? I really hope that's not splat height. It doesn't look like it's splat height. We're gonna find out, and if so, it's gonna be a mass suicide. Hooray, it's not a mass suicide! Yay! Alright, so we got 98%, which is 1% less than I hoped for, but whatever. Now, I know I didn't beat as many levels as last episode, but I'm literally out of time. I can't stay here any longer. So, I'm Colorful Arty. I really hope you're enjoying this series so far, and join me next time when we finish the fun levels. So, have a great day, and God bless.